my god.
Okay.
Smash. You thought maybe there was legs on this one, but they get torn apart. Tech 9 kill for Snacks ain't bad. Chance at a second as Crimbo gets a little labored in the spray, but it's 4 frags for Crimbo.
But the crosshair looks right. I don't know. Looks perfect.
Oh, yep. Ooh. Nicely done, Kiaz. Ahead of the smoke, ahead of the molly with the door open, and he just crawls in, just takes a peek. Oh, Searson.
That's unfortunate. Didn't hear him either.
Volt will catch JDC top long, so Searson, that's like pulling your own pants down in public. You're gonna pay for it.
So he's like an exhibitionist, like he's into it.
Yeah, you know, somebody else does it, you're the victim, but you do it to yourself, man.
You're horny.
And exposed in the front of bathrooms where he dies for free. So Gamer Legion, again, just, I think, showing us the depth of the pacing in their rounds.
Oh, he's like, I get to op. Oh my god.
Careful.
Yeah.
Fully exposed here, man. Standing out in the open. Process doing the same thing. Missed op shot from Tapson. Nades come through to X. Boxes at A-Core. Hold on. Trying to get the angle. It's the long player instead to connect. Doubling down. Volt. Excellent second headshot. And he is having himself a great second map.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not the first time he has had these clean headshots on the entry in the 3v3s when it's demanded of him. Crimbo to another clutch. Has been the only piece of success for this big clan's defense. And Volt, oh man, that's a freebie. Crimbo's gonna execute him. A-Core standing out in the open. Crimbo approaching closely. He's got the time for this. He doesn't have the kit, but there's one right in front of him, so he'll pick that up, no doubt. A-Core misses, and Crimbo posts another clutch to keep Big in a position to potentially tie.
They were actually thinking about him saving. There it is. One more time. One time for the one time. It does make magic happen sometimes. Like, how does A-Core miss that?
And I like that Tapson's getting active. I like that he's moving up Fountain. Trying to keep it a step ahead. Beautiful boost from Crimbo too. So ideas still flowing for Big, and it's working out. A 6th to be had, but Volt's still alive, and he has been cracking the headshots with that AK. Good cover out from Heaven. Searson, no smoke in front of him, but JDC, oh wow, able to react. Looked for sure like he was gonna get caught by that, and then instead, Tapson. The insurance policy, no doubt. At the end of the day, I think that Big showed a great adaptation throughout the CT side, stacking that B site when it was called for them. Sometimes Gamer Legion get through by just sheer firepower, but it gets tied at the end. I think beating Gamer Legion would be a great sign of growth in this map,
that would be huge.
Just in general. You know, we talked about the online win versus Amcal. Ooh, goodbye. No clutch, no head. Volt, he'll catch Process too, so this slow attack into the A play just gets torn apart. 3 clean executions out of Gamer Legion to set them up. CT pistol, dual Berettas. Supposed to seal the deal, but JDC comes out, now sitting on 86 health. The cross should cost Searson. JDC to the Heaven frag. Hang on now. You've got Volt low HP. You've got this flank coming out from Snacks. That should be able to catch Searson. Searson's watching for the water peak.
Oh, he
never
does
turned.
silent. Wow, nice one.
Never suspected a thing, but a second player gushed. And that's too much to ask. Graffiti peek from Kiaz. 3 players alive, and Gamer Legion back in the lead. At best, 4v2, because they're not moving yet. They're not thinking that Big are going to make this play this fast, but sure enough, here it comes. Isaac with everything to do, puts a smoke down in front of him, shaves a player off, and Searson, Process tries to clamber over. A-Core's got the cover. It's actually A-Core in with both those kills. So no smoke to Heaven as they try to rush the push. And the 2 players B, through smoke again. A-Core, first round, with a real chance to knock down the rifles, and he gets 3 kills. The entire approach stuffed. He is everything in the B sites.
What a monster. Threw his teammates smoke basically that entire round. Just when they needed it. I think Big needed to follow through with that punch. Like, they came in early, they came in light utility, but they just didn't continue forward with everything. And they could have set up to get their further smokes down or jump through or commit.
Snax sliding in, keeping his head down. And Acor is still floating around long as well. Snax, oh, JDC actually flicking past him. Anticipating a long peek instead, goes beyond Snax. Now Isaac and Kiosk can set themselves up to just hold back what's going to be the 3-player push off the smoke fade. Kiosk refurbishing the smoke. And with that, Acor is able to get down into heaven. We know what he's already done with that op from heaven, so not an easy one for Big, but the flash is good. Process dead as Kiosk locks it down, gets bomb dropped in front of him, and Searson's op just can't get into the engagement. This one is Gamer Legion's every day of the week.
Yeah.
At 11-7 lead. Yo. Missed shots both ways. Both the ops off the mark, but the M4 sure hits hard.
They actually did just boost.
Volt continuing to keep himself at the top of this scoreboard. Acor will come back in with a little bit of revenge, getting his, and putting Gamer Legion in a situation to close this map with 5 opportunities. Damn, dude, headshots clean out of the rifles. Gamer Legion just sitting on their angles and feeling comfortable. You know, usually the op duel comes down to which of the ops misses, not what happens when both of the ops misses.
Yeah. I think Bigger sitting on I think they might be sitting on the same scoreline for the last 2 losses too here on Overpassers.
Perfect chance for Volt. He knows too, taking down the first guy, he can easily commit to the second. You've got a falling Opper that just whiffed.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. They've done well with their money. 5-round game here. You're gonna need a few kills to go your way. But it's one on the A side back for Acor that makes things interesting. And oh, this one could make the difference. I was thinking for the CT side, Tierson will just hand that one to him. Up. We'll get another kill. Bomb goes down.
Nice.
And at least a trade back here for JDC. Everybody's getting a little too over aggressive, I feel like.
It's a 2v2 to keep him in it. They decide to go towards bank. But Isaac has forfeited it as he leans closer towards the B site.
No plans. They're going to cover CT shortly. The molly helps out a lot, but looks like JDC could instantly die right now.
Yeah, Snax. Oh!
Okay.
It almost gets away, but all is good. They'll close it. There's that timing from Snax. Around the world, from B site through T-spawn, down con, and then bathrooms to creep into JDC, and to make sure that he doesn't get away with anything more than a bomb plant. Gamer Legion's overpass. So let's see what Snax can call on this T side. Right now, A side's prime for the taking. Look at this rush straight up. Nothing gonna stop it. Deep angle from Crimbo would have to be Lady Luck that gives. Oh, there she is. There she is. Beauty. Stuck on the smoke. Good flash in, but I mean, there's an entire pack of players. If you think you're flashing into 1 or 2 CTs, you are wrong. 5 members of Big awaiting that aggression, and poor Snax left alone against an entire Big clan. Smoke on the bomb, kit to boot. They even keep their util. This retake hangs on to the frag, the flash, the kit, and all 5 players. That is perfection, but it's something that's given to them. Searson letting them come in. Crimbo slides behind sight. That's going to take everybody's attention. Searson just the one. Crimbo, good damage. Isaac trying to cross over. It's USPO. Crimbo gets spammed through box. JDC quick out from Donut to trade frag, and the little that was left of Acor swept away. So Snax in the back-to-back. Astronomical ask of a clutch.
So difficult. Holding versus the retake, so difficult. No utility to do it too. I wonder what that round would have looked like in the, you know, the idyllic iteration. Would there have been 2 CTs holding and they kill them both, so there's just no way to retake, or What's the idea? But it is still a 1v2, and Snacks has him scared. They join up a little bit.
They're also making a bunch of sound. So
Yeah.
he's ready for it, but tabseN decides enough's enough. No more waiting. Swings out and closes for big second.
Yeah, I like that JDC is checking on this. He's making a lot of noise, so I wonder how this works out for him. Maybe great if you have Crimbo hold that down.
What? tabseN and Kioz.
No idea.
tabseN just creeps out. Kioz also come from the smoke. JDC trying to just throw out some nades towards lane. This is perfect. This
his
is
own
tabseN
flash.
coming out.
Flash.
That's crazy. Sets himself up perfectly.
And then you can reset, give up the space, go into situations like this. Very confident it was going to be a high angle peak. And
Attempt to get it going.
10 volts plant.
Crimbo slides up in front of it. Nice timing here from Crimbo. Convincing. Bottom mid held back again. You know, there's that constant challenge, right? Like the T side, it's got to attempt it. It's got to keep the pressure up. You got to not give it all away for free. And in this instance, it does give Gamer Legion a better start to a round than what we've seen prior. searson, chance now. We've seen some missed op shots from searson that I don't like.
He keeps going for the high peak, doesn't come.
And now Kioz is just able to chase in, catch the headshot. Crimbo looking for the impact as his teammates fall all around him. Oh, headshots from Kioz and Acor are excellent. And it's everything they needed to get this B site open. There's Gamer Legion's first. First and foremost, stop the mid-aggression. Kioz capitalizing with the double.
Yeah, and it's just that searson's trying to get so clever with it that now we've got 2 rounds in a row where he's going for the less likely peak and gets punished by the more obvious one. Oh man, some more good HEs, huh?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Big chunk of Snacks and Isaac carved out. JDC looking to throw his over. Snacks gets shaved off the plate, tabseN presses out. Then we get JDC in from lane. The pressure here from Big, not letting Gamer Legion slip through with anything.
Sound rifling from JDC.
And all that time from Acor, trying to brew the doubts of the CT side. Now he's been found out, and he better not die after time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're queuing that one up.
Wants to get rid of that op if possible.
These walls are high out.
Yeah, okay.
Is he just trying to find a gap to chuck it out?
Like it was hot or something.
Dude, like a caged rat. That's funny. Can't get it out. At least he dies before time expires, because he knows his time was limited.
Got B bringing in the energy. He's a positive force as well.
Ooh. And I'd say a professional one as well.
Yeah, for sure.
tabseN can't get his as nicely as JDC did. Opening headshots, nice. Acor posts up, and the close wall cleared from Kioz. Acor and Kioz with another bout of success coming out of the B entries. It was them last time to get Gamer Legion's first. It is them again in round 8 for the second.
It kind of looks like searson doesn't really know how to op on this map, or at least isn't very comfortable on these angles. He's gotten outdone a few times now.
Oof. Damage again out of the utility. Snacks is making a ton of sound jumping out. That's a free one for JDC, who's just sitting, up top. Gun picked up. What's happening? Acor
left.
But surely he sees that gun drop on the ground. I mean, unless the smoke was still fading?
Yeah.
What is happening?
I don't know exactly.
Okay.
But it's funny. It is funny.
It's provocative.
Well, Cross is not being spotted here from Isaac. Okay. Good timing for searson. Bomb dropped as well, in his view. So Isaac was going for the search.
Dead. Prosus loud on the approach. He's got bomb in front of him, right? That's going to be critical. Volt can try this late beat flank with 50 health. But Crimbo's leaving while watching. Oh, no, I was going to say watching behind him. He should just be looking behind him.
Oh, my God.
He's worried about
this
CT
corner.
push.
Wait, is he going to clear this? Oh, my God.
There we go. Yep. Crimbo's presence of mind. Excellent. Confirmation on the last. Can't get the bomb back either. Poor Kioz just trying to scoop that up. Not. Nothing there for the taking. Nicely held on to by Searson deep in Donut. Once he's got that bomb, this round is over. Well, Spirit didn't look invincible, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So, take that with a grain of salt. Searson leaving Gamer Legion salty as they lose one mid. Molotov pressure for JDC. Doesn't give up his spot. They're also burning back of A site. JDC, good hold. Crimbo. Uh-oh, second player in the site. Lost track of him. And we've got a 2v2 back. Nice angle from A-Core. Beautiful. Over the box, clipping Tabson. Try to come through, splitting the 1v2. There's the kit he needs.
I think he wishes he had at least either a molly or a smoke.
Chance Crimbo still has one back sight. He walks over Crimbo's dead body, gets no more util for it. Does get the A main fight. A-Core just swinging like that. Now he knows where Snax is at. He could try to tap this, swing it, or full on stick. Snax jiggles it, comes out.
Oh my god, he could get it.
I think he jumps on top of bomb. I think Process just clutched this. Oh! Why does A-Core swing?
Why does A-Core swing? And Snax definitely screwed up the movement a little bit right there and just dropped out of the window instead of staying inside of it. I don't know why A-Core swung right there. After this beautiful moment.
Oh, nice.
That was the only way that Process could win that. I mean, credit to Process for assuming he would swing because he went into an angle that gave him the best chance of fighting versus A main.
Round by round. The beauty of Counter-Strike. And Searson gets one. Putting a stop to the first ramp hit, but second player is able to overwhelm him. Taps in from the smoke, holds off. JDC kills Snax towards cave entrance. And this is looking like a nice, strong 9-3 half for Big. A-Core softened up in the smoke, trying to track the kills. CT's aware of him, he's aware of them. Ring around the rosy, and A-Core is gonna go down. Tabson just playing with his food at this point. And Isaac coming out of the smoke for the response. Bomb to be picked up and Process. This is a 1v1 that's time limited. JDC coming out from the cave to try to help, but there's the crossfire, and there's the 9th for Big. That clutch from Process seals the deal with the final 2 and puts Big up strong.
Does he just walk out after this or what? He's waiting for them to come in and clear it, but...
Nothing. Crimbo, Glock headshot, rocks him. Kiosk is sitting on 2 HP as well. So Isaac, the dual Beretta's back B, may be everything that they hold on with. Oh!
Yo!
Oh!
He just hits shots like that sometimes, man.
Love it. Volts can't stop anybody getting into the donut, so now it's 4 members of Big about to hit A. Process has main control. A-Core popped him. Crimbo planting and A-Core toying with the thought of the Temple challenge. As he comes out, we get a double back from Big. JDC, can he clutch it? Attack from both sides of Donut. No kit on the site player, but Kiosk comes out with 2 health. He gets 2 kills with 2 bullets.
I think Process needs to be a bit more conservative about his scale when he was coming into the A site. They had everything going for them on A. They just really needed to cool it down. Just make sure that no one could escape Temple and just lock him in, but...
With the rumblings of the exec as the smoke hits Donut, he drops off, doesn't want to give himself over as a kill, but it's an invite for Big. Good flash.
Great! Oh my god.
A-Core down and out, and an MP9 retrieve. JDC again, the flashes. And he gets himself a kill and a half. Isaac holds off the CT spawn. That Temple push will get punished. Snax caught a lurk elsewhere, and Isaac is already starting to unravel the bomb site. We've got Crimbo with the deagle in the site. We've got Tabson as the lurk behind 2.
Could the
Fraggle soften Crimbo. And as he sits here, that Temple player is eventually going to get an angle. Isaac's actually not coming at him. Missed shot, though. Not ideal. And the last player spotted. Tabson will still kill 1. Kiosk in the smoke. This is awkward. He's got a knife out.
Oh my god.
3 seconds and Kiosk gets the cover. What are we watching, Launders?
Dude, he was actually so close to that knife kill.
Snax coming out of the lane peak. Nicely done. Shaving off JDC from elbow, who definitely had a chance at that. Process trying to get away from the donut peak, but now him and Snax have changed spots.
That's actually a great move from Process. I think he knows Snax is still out there.
And either way, Crimbo finds him, so this
Oh,
timing
he's
is
got
going to work
timing.
out perfectly. Plus the wall bang comes through from Crimbo, so Kioz is softened, and we get tabseN with the kill on Isaac.
They just got to bring the bomb back around before they keep it going.
searson can't hold on.
It's still a formidable position for the T side. CTs are going to be very nervous right now, and Prosus gets his frag. That's the right play, actually. He had HP. He needed to take that duel, and he won it. Still possible for Gamer Legion as they come in with two decently health players. 1 health for tabseN after that nade.
Kioz locked into the corner. tabseN hands busy on the plant. He's going in. He gets held. Prosus trying to do it all, but now it's that low health. This is a very winnable 1v3. Volt presses out. Crimbo, team kill, doesn't matter. Closes. And Big get it back. With all that damage done, the round slips away from Gamer Legion regardless.
I think it's because Prosus makes such a smart move right here. Of course, there's other kills that happen in this round, but when Snack sneaks back through the smoke, Prosus says, let's trade places. I don't think you're falling back. He's right about it. Gets ahead of a kill, and Crimbo gets 3 in total. So good setup, though, because of Prosus.
Snacks turning from the flash, but doesn't get it back in time. Prosus, there it is. These headshots, when they're there, they're felt. Desert Eagle's in the sight.
That's already smelling like a stack, excuse me, with the 2 pistols that showed up.
You know, back-to-back rounds with majority pistols too, right? They're just putting it all and playing for OT. Putting it all and playing for 7 rounds straight. And nicely done. Kioz finds that timing. Just creeps out. tabseN with a nade in hand. searson combat op is good. And now the remnants of Gamer Legion pushing out through the A site. Now, curiously, searson does have the bomb right now alone.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be here.
And he just forced himself to go for the flick because he's not holding anything.
Yeah.
But he can run away. All is good. B site's been completely cleared out. Squeezed from 3 sides. And so this 12th one is in the bag. Big feeling like a day for a win.
No kidding.
JDC, come on now. 25 kills is what we're looking for tonight. Oh! Isaac, one more. Come on. Good pre-fire. There it is. 3 up.
Yeah, no kidding. And if tabseN plays his cards right or catches a lucky timing, oh, he avoids massive jeopardy, and they know it's a cave setup.
Acor stuck behind the Molotov as well, so he's just stranded on lane. Crimbo looking to dance with Snacks, gets the headshot on him, anticipating another, but he pulls the nade out. Bad timing, and Kioz, an open door to maintain man advantage. searson's missed shot, doesn't get the trade.
It's a new round.
JDC goes sprinting over towards the A site. searson just throws caution to the wind in terms of the cave player that he knew would have been there. And
wow.
Kioz is going to be the man of the round. 4 kills on this one.
Sick one, man.
The first
All great
of
shots.
7 needed. Yep. Devil's in the details. Acor has not been able to have any free moments on the CT side. He gets hit down to 46 health again, but Isaac comes out from Red Room, challenging and not letting everything fall for free. We'll see Kioz, impactful in the round prior. Being demanded of him again, but he's Molotoved off from holding long control. His 2 teammates also. So 2 sets of fire here on Kioz, left and right, plus the flash. Utility making his job hard. He'll still try to duel with this as bomb's gone down and the frag bounces past. Util all over, but he just keeps spraying away. And between him and Isaac, they've kept this one alive. searson and Crimbo alive in the 2v3, softened up CTs for the retake. searson waits, hits the headshot, and pushes Crimbo to a clutch. He hears him moving forward on the site. No kit between the 2. They're thinking ramp, and Crimbo, he's going to walk out, free frag just like that. And as Crimbo tucks back in times of the essence, Volt will chase him down, has to pick up the kit and then go for the defuse. But in doing so, has lost his timing. Bomb's going to pop, and Big will eliminate Gamer Legion. 13-6 map 3 after a Vertigo win to start the series. The all-German Big looking better than where they started this year.
Kaizo Ironmon is a Pokemon challenge that was designed to be unfair, and not even fun. It was designed for the Pokemon veterans that have nothing better to do than to waste hundreds or thousands of hours not even getting the first badge. So I'm basically perfect for it. It has like 50 different rules ranging from cruel to downright dumb. Even just reading through them all took me 10 minutes the first time. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mention the rules as they come up. You might think the challenge is easy at first, but trust me, it'll just keep getting worse. And with that, let's get into my 1,786th attempt. The run that won Pokemon Fire Red Kaizo Ironmon. The challenge begins, and the first rule comes up immediately. You have to talk to Mom. Yeah, I don't know why this is a rule. Then we see the lab, and you'll notice an item on the ground here. I was playing this on a quality of life hack that makes hidden items more visible and moves the potion in the bedroom PC into the lab for convenience. I grab that and look at my starter options: Manectric, Raikou, and Lickitung. So, of course, I picked Lickitung. Not because I wanted to, but because the rules require it. For one, you're not allowed to choose any Pokemon with a base stat total of 600 or higher, or use any legendaries. So Raikou was not allowed. But why not pick Manectric? It's clearly better than Lickitung. Well, you actually have to pick a starter at random, and Lickitung was unfortunately what I got. This was no ordinary Lickitung. Let's take a closer look at the tracker. This has the ability Serene Grace, with the moves Constrict, Return, Swords Dance, and Facade, and a really high speed stat for level 5. This is because nearly everything is random. Every Pokemon's ability, every move they learn, and even their base stats. The only things that aren't random is their typing, the amount of moves they could learn, and the total of their base stats. This means that normally weak Pokemon, like Lickitung, are still generally trash. With an awful starter, I initiated the rival fight. This fight is where 75% of all attempts ended, because if you ever lose a battle, you re-randomize everything and start a new game. In the fight, I set up with a Swords Dance, and thanks to maxing out my friendship with Lickitung before the battle, 2 returns barely take out my rival's Manectric. Once out of the lab, I start looking through the wild Pokemon. I'm not allowed to feint any wild Pokemon, but I am allowed to catch 1 per route. However, if I do catch a new Pokemon, I have to use only that Pokemon. The best wild I find is a Skarmory, so I catch it and name it Della, after Dellamy, who had just raided my channel moments before. Looking at its stats, it's pretty great. Balanced defenses, high speed, decent special attack, and abysmal attack. This kind of stat spread is what you're looking for in Kaizo Ironmon, especially with a Pokemon that has a suboptimal base stat total, 135 lower than the 600 stat total limit. But what it lacked in stats, it made up for in its ability and typing. Sandstream is usually one of the worst abilities in this challenge, but on a Steel type, it is amazing. And the Steel Flying typing, in Gen 3, it resisted or was immune to 11 of the 17 types in the game, and only 2 weaknesses, Fire and Electric. There was only one thing Della was missing.
We need special moves. If we can get special moves, we're good.
Moves like Flamethrower, Extra Sensory, and Thunderbolt are great moves in this challenge. They have perfect accuracy, high power, and good secondary effects. If Della learns some moves like that, things would get very serious. But without those moves, I just had to trudge on forward to my first trainer battle. You'll probably notice here that Engineer Antoinette's Wartortle is quite a high level for the very first trainer. That's because all the Pokemon in the game have had their levels boosted by 50%. This means that in the final battle, the champion's ace will be level 95. And remember, I'm never allowed to fight wild Pokemon. The only way to get EXP is to fight trainers. So I do my best to slowly whittle down the Wartortle with Return until...
Alright, we'll probably learn 1 move at the end of this battle, which will be big. Or right now, Thunderbolt. Oh my god, that is insanely huge. That is like probably top 5 moves in this challenge. Don't get attached until we pass Brock though, chat.
Yeah, thanks to some insane luck, I got an excellent move in Thunderbolt. But like I said in the stream, don't get too attached to this run until I beat Brock. Why Brock? Well, it's because gyms are terrifying in this challenge. I'll explain why when we get there. I cleared all the forest trainers, Della reached level 18, and learned Aerial Ace, which is good until you remember Della's awful attack stat, but it could still help in some niche situations. After stomping all the forest trainers in the rivalry match, there was nothing left to do except enter the gym. In Kaizo Ironmon, there are 2 key rules that apply to gyms. Once you enter, you're not allowed to leave without a badge, and you must fight every trainer before you tackle the leader. Also, certain boss fights, like gym leaders for example, have 3 extra Pokemon. This means, for Gym 1, Della will have to defeat 7 Pokemon in a row. There are a couple of extra overarching rules I should talk about now too. You can never buy any items, except Pokeballs and Repels, and your Pokemon isn't allowed to hold any items, except berries and herbs. And any randomized healing items you happen to find on the ground, you can only use them during a battle, when you're still vulnerable. Needless to say, Gym 1 kills almost every run that makes it out of the lab. In this run, the trainer preceding Brock was a bit tricky. The first Pokemon was a problematic Flygon. It took Della down to nearly half health, and the Venomoth that followed had a powerful Ice Punch. This forced me to use one of my 2 healing items I found thus far. Even worse, I'd used all of my Blast Burns by the end of the battle. Going into Brock with a limping Della, he sent out, to my relief, a Metapod, which gave me an opportunity to use Moo Moo Milk and my 1 X special I had found. Items which you usually want to save for the late game, by the way. During this, Della got tormented by the Metapod, forcing me to alternate moves every turn, so I had to eliminate it with Aerial Ace, allowing me to Thunderbolt the next turn. Brock sent out a few weak Pokemon in a row, allowing me to handle them. The final Pokemon, Espeon, was a bit of a struggle with its Stab Extrasensory. But, using the boost from that X Special earlier in the battle, I was barely able to eliminate it, nabbing me the first badge of 8, and clearing the first major roadblock of the run, only to be thrown directly into a new challenge soon after, Mount Moon. Similar to gyms, caves and buildings with trainers can only be entered once. So, once I enter Mount Moon, there's no going back to the Pokemon Center, and I had just used all my healing items in the gym. There's a new problem here though. Since you never get to fight wild Pokemon, you have to try and fight every trainer in the entire game to get as much EXP as you can. So, in dungeons like this, you have to gamble a bit and fight as many trainers as you think you can beat without losing, because once you leave, you can never come back. This run that I was on was also particularly challenging for this section, because Thunderbolt only has 15 power points. I couldn't solely rely on that one move. Return and Aerial Ace were physical moves, so if I haven't hit a random Pokemon with Flame Body or Static ability, I could get burned or paralyzed, and Blast Burn would leave me vulnerable for the next turn. I had to expertly manage my resources here. I started by sprinting directly to the very end of the mountain, and fought the only 2 required trainers. I then worked my way back, fighting trainers until Della was just under half health. I didn't want to risk any more than that. I also collected every item. Well, almost. In this cave and this cave only, there are special rocks that act a bit strange. They have hidden items that appear on them, sometimes. The way they work is that every 1,500 steps, the rock has a chance to spawn its item. Thanks to the nifty Quality of Life mod, we can see the percent chance. This one has a 40% chance to spawn an item after 1,500 steps, for example. So I ran back and forth for a while until every rock had its item. But to prevent exploiting this mechanic, of course there's another rule. You're only allowed 1 item per individual rock. In this run, I got incredibly lucky with the rocks.
Full restore, and that's why we do this. Moo Moo Milk! Super Potion! That's actually so sick.
In an instant, I went from 0 healing items to 3, giving myself a much needed safety net.
Alright, we made it out of here.
I did have to skip a few trainers and some EXP, but I was able to successfully survive the subterranean section. North of Cerulean City was the next area to traverse. There's only one difficult fight in this area right at the beginning, the rival. And of course he opens with a Flygon, a Pokemon Della did not have any good moves for. To make things worse, this Flygon also had Hydro Pump, forcing me to use one of my precious healing items.
Can you miss 1 Hydro Pump? You hit all 5? Okay, that's very cool.
The remaining Pokemon all went down in 1 hit, but the damage was done. This fight revealed 2 important things. I needed way more healing items, and more importantly, I needed some better moves. Skarmory was level 31 after the rival battle. This meant that it could only learn 3 more level up moves for the entire run. The next move was just a single level away.
I think our best move right now to get is probably Ice Beam. That's a bit of an ask, but honestly, I would be happy with just a simple Extrasensory too, you know? I mean, we'll get a move right now. Please be water or grass. Thunder.
Thunder was not the move I was looking for. With an unreliable accuracy and the same typing as Thunderbolt, I couldn't justify learning it. 2 chances left. That's it. Getting to Bills was pretty uneventful, and since the gyms are such a challenge, I opted to enter SSN first for some extra EXP and a chance at another level up move. SSN did have an additional rule I need to mention. You can't use any non-Poke Center healing spots. And the other rule about only entering certain areas once, that applied here too. The rival went much better this time, and I was able to get cut without issue. I also cleared as many trainers as I could, but the limited PP on Thunderbolt was really starting to scare me. I needed that level up move to be good to sweep the entire ship, especially because I skipped so many trainers in Mount Moon. At level 42, Della was able to roll the dice again, and here's what I got.
Oh my god. I was joking about learning extrasensory. Oh my god! 30 power points, 80 power, chance to flinch? I'll take it, baby!
Extrasensory is probably the best attack I could have gotten. You're probably questioning the odds here that I got exactly what I asked for, but I asked for that move in every single run before this one. It was bound to happen eventually. With Della's new incredible psychic power, I crushed the SSN and leveled up enough to get Della's final move.
45 Furry Cutter, that's our last move.
It wouldn't cut it. I was stuck with these 4 moves for the rest of the run. I had to defeat every Pokemon in the game with just this. Well, maybe not. I would have exactly 7 more chances. I showed earlier that TMs and HMs aren't allowed to be taught for battling, but there is one exception to that rule. You're allowed to use the TMs gym leaders give you. The TMs are random, and there's only a 50% chance your Pokemon can learn them, but it is a chance. I entered Misty's gym with a level 45 Della and a Dream. Since Della had 2 of the best moves in the game and a huge level advantage, the gym trainers and Misty's 5 Pokemon went down with ease. I received a new TM, and...
Come on, be good, be good, be good. Psy Wave. That sucks.
6 more chances to replace Aerial Ace or Blast Burn. They were really just taking up space at this point. To enter Gym 3, you need a Pokemon with Cut. One of the only merciful rules in this challenge is that you're allowed to use a different Pokemon for HMs, as long as they never attack in battle. The starter Lickitung rotting in the PC was perfect for this job. So, I taught him Cut and immediately attempted the most garbage puzzle in all of Pokemon. Surge's first 2 Pokemon were slightly intimidating, but after that, he really wasn't an issue. His remaining Pokemon all had one shocking, fatal flaw.
Ooh, Goldeen. Bro said, I want a team that's weak to electric, not electric. Alright. Please, be good. Reflect. Come on! I don't need that trash.
After Surge, there's one last trial before you get a bit of a break. Rock Tunnel. It's another dungeon, so once you're in, you gotta do it in one shot, hopefully defeating every trainer along the way. Della, having only 2 good attacking moves with no PP ups, was still able to defeat nearly every trainer. I did have to skip one due to a lack of PP, but overall, an incredible Rock Tunnel despite the circumstances. By completing Rock Tunnel, I finished what most Kaizo runners consider the early game. The upcoming mid-game isn't super eventful, but it is still critically important, because once you finish the quick Pokemon Tower sequence, nearly every overworld trainer is available to battle. This section of the challenge is for collecting all the items you can, fighting trainers, leveling up, and most importantly, gathering information. Your Ironmon is usually overleveled at this point in the game, so when battling all the trainers, you get to discover which Pokemon are the big threats in a comparatively safe environment. Who can survive your hits, who has dangerous abilities, while hopefully never seeing moves like Mirror Coat, Counter, Destiny Bond, or Perish Song, which quite often have no counterplay. In this run, we discovered the big threats were Claydol. It's immune to Thunderbolt, resists Extrasensory, and could take Blast Burns thanks to its Drizzle ability. Entei, Arcanine, Ho-Oh, and Jolteon, who all had high special defense to survive hits and strong moves to retaliate with. Slacking, for obvious reasons, and Politoed, with Volt Absorb and high special defense. During the